I'm Kao Lee Thao. It was inspired by the tagline, "Don't let our culture die." It's a reminder of what happened during the Vietnam War. There are Hmong soldiers that, are still trapped in the jungles of Laos that are still fighting to this day. So I wanted to make a painted billboard that speaks out about that. What was challenging was trying to figure out, a balance between culture, like incorporating my culture, and also influence, that I'm kind of influenced by the American culture. So trying to find the balance and make it cohesive. And I didn't want to offend any sort of culture. So it was really hard to find a balance. First off, I, painted the picture, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of splattery and dripping effects because that's kind of what I do with my art style. And then I scanned everything in, and then I actually used like Photoshop to do the text and everything. And then once I shipped it off to, the printing company, they basically installed everything for me, so I didn't really have to worry about that. There were like a handful of locations, but I wanted this one in particular just because of the vertical layout. I knew that it was going to complement, my artwork. Well, of course, I've experimented with many different types of mediums, and watercolors is just something that I've kind of tapped into, and it's obviously I've kind of created a different style, so it's going to help me in the future when I create more projects. What I've learned is to have a voice. I'm a really shy person, and most of the times I kind of shadow behind people, but I know that this was such a strong message that it was important for me to get it out and make sure that everybody knows about the people that are still trapped in the jungles of Laos. Me living in America right now, which is my soul, I want to pursue my dreams and my passion. So hopefully this billboard will inspire young minds to live out that dream because they fought for our freedom. If I wasn't able to get the Forecast Public Art Grant, this is such a strong message that I knew that you can't just put it in a gallery. It has to be displayed on a billboard where everyone can see, So it's been very helpful, and I thank them for it.